At nag-message ka, nag-picture at pinadala kay Lisa Marcos. Ibig sabihin, it was Lisa Marcos who's calling the shots pagdating mo sa appointment.
Wala namang kapangyarihan itong dalawang mag-over sa akin ng post kung hindi ang aprobado ni Lisa Marcos.
Yon, deputy, tama, deputy. Deputy Executive Secretary ba ang binanggit kanina?
Lisa controls everything. Take it from me. I know that. I've worked with them for the last 6 years. Lisa controls everything. Sunod-sunuran lang yan si Bongbong Bago.
Do you want a truth? Na ako na rin mismo magsasabi sa inyo? Mismo ako personal. When me and Mocha went to BBM's house. That was long time ago. Before election, basta matagal na 'yon. Wala lang. It was nothing. It was just a invitation lang from them. Nung pagpunta namin doon, ang humarap sa amin si Lisa Marcos. Ang lahat ng nagsalita at that time si Lisa Marcos. Si Bongbong Marcos at that time, puro kamusta lang. O, kamusta ka na, Mocha? O, so what's your plan? Pero everything about the plan of the Marcos family, it was Lisa Marcos. Kaya yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyong nangyari at ilang beses na na-witness mismo namin. Kaya at that time, never sumagi sa isip namin ni Mocha na sumuporta dito because we know that this person is not really capable of handling the presidency. Kasi alam namin, ito yung nagsasalita eh. Ito, kinukonfirm na rin sa inyo ni Glenn Chong. Diba? It was Lisa Marcos talaga ang may call pagdating sa appointment.
So, nag-selfie kami pinadala sa kanya, pinakita sa akin ni Hubert. So, the following day, nag-text ako kay Lisa. Sabi ko, nag-meeting kami. Thank you very much for the post. So, na-comply ko yung requirements ng November. December 5, this is something that I will reserve. Hindi ko muna ito sasabihin. Then on December 9, the morning of December 9, tumawag po sa akin si Ivan Uy, si Secretary Ivan Uy. So they were already appointed at that time, Secretary of the ICT, and the other one is Senior Deputy Executive Secretary.
Ayun, Senior Deputy Executive Secretary. Ang haba kasi. Senior Executive Deputy. Okay. So ito, December 10. Okay.
Tumawag sa Ivan, sabi niya, pinirmahan na ni Presidente yung appointment mo. Congratulations.
December 10, pinirmahan na daw ni BBM yung appointment niya. Okay? Tana.
Pinirmahan na raw ni Bongbong Marcos yung appointment ko as Commissioner of National Telecommunications Commission. Sabi niya, wait ka na lang ng announcement. So they left for Brussels that afternoon. Then a week later, tinext ko si Hubert, sabi niya, nag-wait pa kami ng confirmation. Tapos towards the end of December, nag-text sa akin yung kaibigan ko, sabi
Towards the end of December, grabe, pinag-antay.
wala na yung pangalan mo doon sa listahan. But I'm pretty sure you were appointed, pero wala na yung pangalan mo doon sa listahan. Talk to Lisa.
So, di ba, sinabi na sa kanya, December 3, pinirmahan na ni Marcos yung appointment. According to him, Tapos, at the end of December, siguro mga last week of December, biglang sinabi sa kanya na wala na yung pangalan mo. Borado na. Paano ka na yan? Borado na pangalan mo. Talk to Lisa. Yon! Biglang talk to Lisa ang nangyari, no? Pambirang buhay, oo. Ay, gusto siguro nito ni Lisa, sumisip-sip siya, no? Baka hindi kaya power trip to si Madam Lisa Marcos? Yung parang tipong, sinip-sip ka muna sa akin. Ganon?
they know everybody, and everybody there knows that Lisa is the one controlling everything. So, talk to Lisa. So, why should I talk to her? Binenta na ako eh. So, I texted Hubert. Sabi niya, in short, ang implication is nag-o-object si Martin Romualdez. So, mag-usap pa raw sila ni Presidente at si Martin. So, just wait and see.
Naku, si Tambaloslos pala. Si Tambaloslos pala ang umo-object. Iba na pala. Grabe, no? Ibig sabihin, this country is being run by Liza Marcos and si Tambaloslos. Meron akong, di ba, kinuwento sa inyo noon na dapat ang magiging secretary, ang mag-handle ng airport ay yung anak ni Tugade. Pirmado na pero natanggal. Naku po, sinabi ko na sa inyo yun. Grabe, no? Si Tambaloslos pala.
Then by February 10, iba yung in-appoint sa National Telecommunications Commission.
So, February 10, iba na ang in-appoint. Naku po, patay tayo dyan.
So, tinext ko si Ivan at si Hubert. Sabi ko, kahit pa ng konting advance notice, you didn't give me the courtesy. Considering na pag-apat na itong ni-reject niyo ako. And remember, I did not initiate the application. You offered it to me. You told me to file. You told me to apply. And I didn't even, I followed only.
Alam mo, kasi ganito importante itong part na ito kasi dito sa part na ito, meron akong alam dyan yung sa pagdating ko sa appointment. Bakit? Nangyari rin kay Mocha yan nung panahon na naalala ko nung nanalo si Pangulong Duterte, ilang beses tinanong si Mocha kung may gusto ba siyang, ano bang gusto niya matutulong. Ang laging sagot ni Mocha, wala po. Gusto ko lang magkanta-kanta, ganyan-ganyan. Hanggang to the point sa bandang dulo, sige na nga, mag-MTRC board na. Okay? Tinatanong talaga. So, tsaka pinagsubmit. Tatawag nga yung secretary nung nagpasubmit. O, eto, submit mo to, bla bla bla. Ganon din sa mga susunod pang appointment ni Mocha. It's always like that. Hindi ka naman magsasubmit nang hindi ka sinabihan. Alam mo kung sino lang ang nagsubmit nang hindi sinabihan? Si Tambaloslos na Pinoy. Ayun, makapal ang mukha nun. Tanda-tanda ko talaga kakapala ng mukha nun. Aminado siya sa vlog niya eh. Nag-submit siya ng application. Parang tanga lang din, ano? Hindi ko naman sinasabing ganun yung mga nag-submit ng application. Pero kasi, usually sa ganyan, if you're not invited to submit, o pag hindi ka sinabihan na mag-submit ka, hindi ka magsasubmit, di ba? Kasi ayaw mo naman ma-reject ka. Di ba? Ba't ka magsasubmit kung ma-reject ka naman? Unless, sinabi sa'yo talaga, mag-submit ka kasi may opening dito sa posisyon na ito. That's the only time na magsasubmit ka. Ibig sabihin, i-appoint ka na. Kasi nga, pinasasubmit ka na. Pero kung hindi ka pinasasubmit, huwag ka mag-submit. Baka kang tanga nun. Di ba?
What you said, and then ito yung ginawa niyo sa akin.
Sino ba si Tambaloslos na Pinoy? Wala na yon, laos na yon, na vlogger. Yun yung laos na vlogger. Di ko nga alam kung asa na yung animal na yun eh.
So, ang sabi ni Hubert, don't worry, principal instructed. Principal meaning si Bongbong Marcos has instructed me to file another post for you. Ang sabi niya, I'm just waiting. Ipapakulit ko pa yung lahat ng bakanting posisyon para pagpipilian mo.
So sinabi niya, huwag ka mag-alala. Sabi nung principal, which is yung si Marcos, hahanap ako ng position mo. Parang inabuluyan siya no? Eto, bibigyan ka namin position, relax ka lang dyan. Basta, huwag ka nang dadaldal.
Sabi niya, I'll meet you the next week. So I told him, I'll meet you to disengage. I lay my terms of disengagement clearly para wala tayong ambiguity. Anong isasabihin ko sa publiko? Ano yung hold back ko? Anong red line ko? So when we met, sabi niya dito sa Malacanang, sabi ko, no, I'm not going there. Dito tayo sa Emilia sa labas. I'm not going to say.
So makikipag-meet siya para sa closure. Ika nga ng mga magjojowa. Yun ang dahilan kung ba't siya na makikipag-meet. Kaya nga nung sinabing pumunta ka sa Malacanang, hindi siya pumayag. Sabi niya dito tayo sa labas mag-meeting.
Put in the palace because I'm not going to beg for any position. I'm there to stand up.
Alam mo, hanga ako kay Glenn Chong. Ha? Hindi katulad nung isang patay. Ay, ayoko na lang sabihin. Yung ginawa ng posisyon para lang mabigyan ng posisyon. Hindi ko na sasabihin. Ayoko na sabihin. Huwag mo nang banggitin. Ito yung isa pang aso ni Marcos na binigyan ng posisyon kahit hindi naman bagay para sa kanya. Mamaya pakinggan niya.
For my country. So nung nagkita kami, sabi ko sa kanya, ito ilalabas ko to. Because the people have the right to know. Everybody should know na si Lisa Marcos talk to Smartmatic. By the way, ni-research ko po yun.
Nako.
Nung sinabi po ni Lisa na I'm going to have a meeting with the owners of Smartmatic. I need 2 technical guys with me, but not you, because they hate you so much. That was between March 7 and March 21. I found out from the Bureau of Immigration na dumating dito ang isang Piñate Martinez Roger Alejandro. Dumating sa Pilipinas from my source at the Bureau of Immigration. Dumating dito ang isang nagngangalang Piñate Martinez Roger Alejandro. He was born on 22 April 1975, a Venezuelan citizen. He arrived in the Philippines on March 17. So sabi ko, ang meeting namin ni Lisa Marcos na sinabi niya na fuck not you because they hate you so much was between March 7 and March 21. Dumating dito in between that date si Roger Piñate Alejandro Martinez.
Sino kaya yon? Ano siya?
Dumating siya ng 8 March 2022, umalis ng bansa 5 April 2022. Then bumalik uli siya sa Pilipinas 19 April 2022, lumabas uli 23 April 2022, then bumalik uli sa Pilipinas May 3, 2022, and umalis finally on 18 May 2022. In other words, nandito siya a few days before the elections and a few days after the elections.
Sino kaya
And
ito?
also within that date na sinabi ko, March 7 to March 21, between that date ang meeting namin ni Lisa Marcos na sinabi niya na magkikita sila ng may-ari ng Smartmatic. Dumating nga rito si Roger Alejandro Piñate Martinez, March 17, May 2022. Now, sino ba si Roger Alejandro Piñate Martinez? Chinek ko po siya sa Company's House. Yung Company's House, para siyang SEC ng United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Siya yung SEC ng Great Britain. Company's House show, the records of Company's House show na si Roger Alejandro Piñate Martinez, born in April 1975, so tumba po siya doon sa database ng immigration natin, Bureau of Immigration. Born in April 1975, also Venezuelan citizen, is an active director of SGO Corporation Limited with company number 074-77910 at nakalagay 88 Baker Street, London. The same register shows that ang previous name ni SGO Corporation Limited is Smartmatic Limited. So, in other words, makonect muna. Si Roger Alejandro Piñate Martinez, active director ng SGO Corporation Limited, previously Smartmatic Limited. Then, chinek ko rin po yung LinkedIn website. It's a business and employment focused platform, social media.
Linawin natin ha. Hindi po siya owner ng Smartmatic. Yung dating Smartmatic na ngayon SOG na. Okay, iba na. So, ibig sabihin, parang sinasabi ni Glenn Chong dito, may alam ito pagdating sa Smartmatic na dumating sa bansa during the time na magmi-meeting si Lisa Marcos at ang Smartmatic. Okay? Antayin natin, ha?
Platform. Nandoon din po yung entry ng isang nagngangalan Roger Piñate. Si Roger Piñate, sabi niya, he's the president of Smartmatic.
Ah.
He obtained his education at the Universidad de Bolivar,
Okay.
Universidad Simon Bolivar in Venezuela. So Venezuelan siya. And it shows that he spent the last 23 years working for Smartmatic since 2010. At 2000. Then nakalagay po sa kanyang profile, sinabi niya, about 20 years ago, I used my degree in electronic engineering to help me write the source code for the first voting machine for a company called Smartmatic that I had co-founded. So ma-establish na natin ngayon na si Roger Piñate Alejandro Martinez arrived in the Philippines about the time na nag-meeting, sinabi ni Lisa Marcos may meeting siya sa may-ari ng Smartmatic with two technical guys, of course, because she does not know anything about translations and all. So, kailangan niya ng dalawang technical guys to explain. So, dumating dito, itong Roger Piñate Martinez, who is the co-founder of Smartmatic per his own admission. So, hindi nakita yung dalawa kag-usap.
Ayun, tama. Sorry medyo nagulan ako. Co-founder pala siya ng Smartmatic. So sinasabi niya, itong, di ba, kumihingi ng dalawang technical group. Tapos inamin pala dito kasi una pagkasabi niya former Smartmatic tapos naging SOG or something, another company. But dun sa dulo pala, sinasabi ni Glenn Chong na siya ay co-founder, okay? At the same time, president na ng Smartmatic. Okay? Yun ang pagkasabi ni Glenn Chong dito. So parang sinasabi niya, dumating dito para makipag-meet daw, di umano. Okay? Kay Lisa Marcos, dahil yan yung time na naghahanap si Lisa Marcos ng technical guide na makakapag-explain sa kanya kung ano ang Smartmatic at Chuchenes. Ralph Joseph Bihag, salamat po.
Circumstances will show na meron nga silang agreement. And to be frank about it, the agreement is to neutralize me. Kasi natakot si Smartmatic na baka maupo ako sa Comelec, wala na siya pag-asa. Imagine, the contract in 2025 is around $350 million. That's a lot of money.
350 million sa Smartmatic? Kaya pala naman eh. Tuloy.
So, after that, nung sinabi ko kay Hubert na hindi, kakalas na ako sa inyo. So, nag-meeting kami. He was trying to show na meron siyang listahan but he didn't pick at the list. Hindi ko na tinignan yung listahan. Ang sabi ko, I don't want to beg for crumbs. Tira-tira na lang yan.
Abuloy na lang yung abuloy. So may listahan na daladala na yung kausap niya ng mga listahang libreng posisyon. Hindi kaya yun, MTRCB. Joke lang. Kung ano ng posisyon. Parang bibigyan na siya ng latak, ika nga.
Ayun na yan. I'm not interested. So sabi ko, so I laid down my terms. So itong sinasabi ko ngayon, I promise them, this will come out.
Nakapatay.
Ilalabas ko sa publiko para malaman ng tambayan.
Nakapatay.
Ilalabas ko yun ng Smartmatic. And kung ano man yung resulta nakita nila General Rio, ni Frank Isaac at Blas Lagman, yun na yun. Yun na yung resulta na pinag-uusapan nila with two technical guys to my emphatic exclusion. So remember, nung unang meeting, pinapunta ako on instruction of Lisa Marcos. The second one, no, you cannot be because they hate you so much. So nung sinabi ko na ayoko nang tumanggap, nag-meeting ulit kami noon, pangalawa.
Nako!
In-offer po nila sa akin yung head ng task force on ending hunger. So natawa na lang po ako. Sabi ko, no, I'm not going to accept that. Yeah, I'm for failure.
Binigyan... Ano daw yun? Task Force for Hunger. Yan ba yung Special Advisor for Poverty? Yan din ba yun? Grabe. So sa'yo pala unang inalok yun? No comment.
Never succeed in eradicating hunger because hunger is simply the external manifestation of poverty. You go to the root cause of poverty, not the hunger. So sabi ko, I'm not going to accept that. So, in short, ang sabi nila, because I told them, I have everything to lose if I do not speak. They have everything to gain with my silence. So, ang sabi ni Hubert and Evan, ano bang gusto mo mangyari in exchange for your silence?
Anong gusto mo mangyari in exchange for your silence? Attorney, sana humirit ka ng Ferrari. O kaya pag-aralin ka rin sa London, sa UK. Para tumahimik ka. Kasi meron na akong kilala, ang dami niyang alam eh. Tumahimik siya nung pinapunta na siya sa UK. Tumahimik na. Ang dal-dal-dal-dal nung animal na yun eh. Ganun ang ganun nyo sa social media. Ang daming alam no, pero tumahimik na kasi nasa okay na. Alam na this.
So, alam ko na kung anong hihingin ko. Sabi ko, okay, if Bongbong Marcos, kung ilaglag ni Bongbong Marcos publicly sa Smartmatic, at susunod si Comelec to disqualify it, blacklist it in such a way, it cannot join the 2025 and elections and beyond, quits na tayo. Sabi ko, yun lang sabi ko, quits.
Matikas pala to si Attorney Glenchong. Ang hiningi niya, hindi Ferrari. Ang hiningi niya, hindi, ano yun, all expenses paid sa UK. Hindi pala yun ang hiningi niya. Ang hiningi niya ay sibakin nyo Smartmatic. At sabihin nyo, i-blacklist ng Comelec ang Smartmatic. Yun, nagaling.
You don't have to worry anything about it. I will go into self-exile for the next 6 years. Hindi ko makita dito sa Pilipinas. Basta ilaglag ni Marcos, Bongbong Marcos, si Smartmatic publicly, and then Comelec follows to disqualify or disqualify Smartmatic or blacklist Smartmatic in such a way it cannot join the 2025 elections and beyond. Tapos the next kuli si Hubert nun para meron akong documentation. The next call it, and the next meeting, ang sabi niya, you know why I asked that? Kasi dati, nung nag-press conference si Bongbong Marcos, sinabi niya, and he was very emphatic about it, hindi naman election system ano binibenta ni Smartmatic, idayaan system. So if he could publicly denounce Smartmatic at the time when he was protesting, why can't he do it now when he's already the president?